gosh.
What's going on?
We cannot move into an RV.
And why not?
Because I'm the family matriarch now.
So what's that got to do with anything?
Look at this. I'm the keeper of all the family photos.
Make sure and watch this series on how to take the leap to full-time RV life. Hey roamers, welcome to another episode of Roaming with Rosie.
Hey there, this is part one of a 4-part series, and it's all about how do we get from our sticks and bricks to life on the road. If you're like us, you watch all the full-time Outerwears. If you're like us, you watch all the full-time YouTubers and you see them in their nomad life and you're feeling like that's what I really want to do. How do you get from where you are now in your sticks and bricks to life on the road? I know for us, we're feeling really anxious that the world's passing us by and we really want to get on the road, but not sure exactly how we make that leap. So you're going to want to watch every episode. Just go ahead and subscribe right now if you haven't already, and be sure to click the bell if you haven't done that, because you'll want to be notified for each part of this 4-part series. You won't want to miss any of it.
During our first year of owning Rosie, we've met some really successful full-time RVers who are also YouTube creators.
They've been so gracious to agree to be part of our 4-part series and share with us things that they've learned as full-timers to help us get over those hurdles that we're now facing, and we think you might be also.
The first topic is going to be about how many of our favorite YouTube full-time RVers are purchasing houses again.
Why are they doing that? Chickory's Travels will share their perspective on why they just bought a home after 6 years on the road.
The second part is going to be about income streams for full-time RVers. From working remotely to work camping, how do you make it happen?
The delightful Lisa and Kent from Living Light RV will share how they afford to live their motto, grabbing life by the tail.
Part 3 will be staying connected. Working remotely, getting your mail, and paying your bills means you have to have internet.
Brian and Shauna from Life Uninterrupted have had a super successful first year of full-timing, and they've grown their YouTube channel from 0 to 20,000 subscribers.
You know, this required a really good internet connection, and that's what they're going to share with us.
In part 4, which is our big hurdle, how to get health insurance before retirement. From accidents like falling down while hiking to illnesses that you get on the road, and you could be anywhere. Where do you get health insurance coverage? What will it cover? How much is it going to cost?
Our friend Susan O'Kelly of Avante Services will share the pros and cons of health insurance and how these plans work for those of us who are under 65. So let's get into the first topic. We've noticed that many of our favorite YouTube full-time RVers have purchased homes or land or spaces to park their RVs.
Why? We thought they loved nomad life. And a lot of you might be thinking that, hey, if I sell my house to buy an RV, I can't just turn around and buy a house again. So why are they doing that, and should we have a home base?
Eric from Nomadic Fanatic, Dan and Jen Nevada, Camper Van Kevin, and Keep Your Daydream are just a few who have decided they needed a home base.
Sean and Julie Chickory of Chickory's Travels have been nomads for 6 years, and now they just bought a house. Let's find out why.
Hey everyone, it's Sean and Julie from Chickory's Travels.
And we just noticed in our Facebook memory today that today, 6 years ago, we bought our very first RV ever to live in full time. And what we want to talk about in this video is, now if you can see behind us, it doesn't look like an RV, does it? Because 2 weeks ago, we actually bought a house. So we want to talk about why after 6 years, we decided that it was time to move back in a house.
And I think the primary reason is that we're going to be grandparents soon in December. And so we wanted to be close enough to where we could visit whenever we wanted to.
And they can visit us.
And they can visit us.
So we needed a home because I wanted to have, I really have a dream of the ultimate grandchildren retreat. You know, we wanted a place out in the country a little bit where our kids live in the city, so we're just about an hour from them, and the grandkids can come and enjoy the country life and visit and stay a while.
Yeah. And then another reason is the coronavirus thing. We found it difficult a little bit to find places to go that we were comfortable staying in. And if we have a home base to come back to, when there are things that pop up, we have this place as a fallback.
Yeah, and I like the way he said that, because you notice he's talking about us still RVing. I mean, we don't plan to stop RVing, and as a matter of fact, we still plan to take extended trips, and we actually want to be snowbirds still. Not this winter, because our first grandchild's coming in December. But aside from that, we definitely plan to do extended trips and definitely get out of here in the wintertime so that we can enjoy that. But knowing that we have our own place to come back to, I think will really just make it more relaxing and more comfortable. I mean, as a matter of fact, we just actually made the decision to cancel some camping plans we have for July because we noticed that cases are starting to rise again. And, we just don't really feel like it's worth the risk, and it's not necessary for the risk anymore because we do have a place.
And we also wanted a place where we could just come chill out. When we have a lot of work to do, we can just focus on that work and not have to worry about any of the extraneous stuff. So it's worked out really well for that so far as well.
Yeah, so to Sean's point, if you don't know us, we actually still work full-time. So Sean's an actual full-time employee for a company, and he just does that remotely. And I am a freelancer and run our blog. But both of those require a lot of internet, video calls. And so even though we're living the dream, traveling the country, we were still kind of restricted because we needed that good internet. So now I'm actually kind of excited. We're going to go camping for fun now and be able to take time off and go wherever we want and not have to worry about that internet all the time. So yeah, that'll be nice.
And then the last thing I think is we just found the perfect property and we had the money to buy it. So we thought, now's the time we should do it.
Yeah, one of the things we talk about extensively on our website, Chickory's Travels, is how we got out of debt, and we did that while we were full-time RVing, and how we were able to save up money. And so in that, we talk about ways to save money when you're on the road, and all of that just kind of came into fruition and allowed us to do our next goal. And that's really just my last point, is that we like to say we don't make forever decisions, we make for now decisions. We were both in the Air Force for 20 years, and so the one thing we got used to was change.
Yeah.
And so we never really went into full-time RVing saying we were going to do it forever anyway. I mean, we figured we'd probably change our mind in a few years. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of shocked we made it 6 years.
Yeah.
Because the RV was the home that we lived in the longest, our entire adult lives, because we had moved every few years with the military. So I don't know, change is kind of natural to us. It's just a natural evolution. So we're just on that next chapter, and we'll see how it goes. So hopefully that helped a little bit, understanding kind of our thought process and where we are. And anytime you have any questions, feel free to visit us over on Chickory's Travels.
Safe travels, everybody.
Thanks, Sean and Julie. If you haven't seen their YouTube channel yet, go ahead and check that out. It's called Chickory's Travels.
They have lots of information for full-time RV living, including a book, Full-Time RV Finance. They've got a blog, and they have a podcast.
We'll put all the links below in the description. And here are the steps we're taking while we work out the details of our nomadic life.
We've been purging stuff, and my recommendation is that you just start in one section of one room at a time. Try not to look at the whole thing at once, it'll be overwhelming.
Especially if you're not sure how big of a rig you're going to have. Get rid of anything that you don't use now.
That'd be a good first sweep. My problem is I keep finding things that I think I can't get rid of, so I just go and put them in another room so I can finish this room.
And we stop buying anything for the house.
And we don't really buy clothes anymore unless we know that they'll be good to take with us on the road.
If we know we won't take it on the road with us, then we don't buy it.
Which means we aren't spending as much.
This allowed us to pay off most everything before we hit the road.
Family photos are an issue for most everyone, but you've got to know you're not going to be able to take them all with you.
We chose cloud storage as well as a backup hard drive for the computer so that priceless pictures are saved in more than one place.
I just couldn't feel good about saving them in less than 2 places just in case. I've kind of become, do I say it, the family matriarch? I'm not sure when I got that old, but I am now the holder of all the photos. We hope this has helped you to begin to plan for your journey also.
Be sure you've subscribed and ring that bell so you'll be notified when we release part 2.
Part 2 is all about earning income while on the road, and Kent and Lisa of Living Light RV will be telling us how they do it.
See you next time. Okay, roamers, let's wrap it up.